I was born at a PE camp at home. I was born there. My mom told me, she said, "You were born at home." I never knew we were poor until age 19, because my mother said that the church used to send us food from the church for Thanksgiving. And I said, we were poor? And she said, yeah, that's what I remember. I remember everything. And me and my brother would go take a wagon to buy a block of ice. I think it was 25 cents a block, bring it home and put it in the ice box. And I don't know how long that lasted. But I do remember that I never had cookies, never had Frito, none of that. We didn't have that. We just had apple and orange and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches till I was in 8th grade. When it rained, there was big puddles and we would get wet until I got boots. Finally, I got boots way later. And I remember it rained and it was far walk. I attended St. Augustine School for 9 years. And if you ever did anything wrong, they would either hit you on this part or this part of your hand, the top, that was a bad one, I guess. I remember I was up there only once. And I think I don't remember if it was the bottom or the top, but I didn't even know what I did. But that was it, only once, with a ruler. I remember they checked school. They had this light, some kind of a light, that they would check everyone to see if they had lice. I guess that was popular in the days, lice. And we did not have mail delivered. We had a P.O. box. P.O. 585 was the box. I remember that. Fred, he made up an address. He says, we live behind this car lot, and their address is 8853, so ours would be 8853 and a half. So because we had a P.O. box, we were embarrassed. Because, you know, they ask you your address, and you go P.O. box. I didn't even know. So we just made up that address, my brother. And we used to have to walk through the cornfield to get to Washington Boulevard. There was a cornfield there. We had to, from the PE camp, we walked to Washington Boulevard. The showers were outside, yeah. And then so were the toilets were outside. Kind of like a park, you know, the park kind. Yeah, we used to have to walk to the bathroom. Yeah, it just depended where you lived. And the showers, we had to wash. They had like the men's shower on the other side and the woman's on my right. My father used to light the gas heater. He used to put, it was the water heater. He used to light it to warm up the water. So we had to take a quick shower. We didn't have water. There was only one house. I remember they said, oh, they have indoor plumbing. One, but it wasn't like hot water. It was just cold water. One of those houses, and I said, oh, that's nice. I remember them telling me that. Well, they made the kitchen out of this room. They made the kitchen. They were together, this one and, you know, 2 rooms together. Then you'd have to go outside to go to the next room. Oh, I remember when they used to say, turn off the lights, the planes are coming over. I had to be young, and I wasn't scared or anything. They said, we have to turn off the lights. You know, they sounded the things, turn them off. And we turned them off, and we heard the planes going over. I wasn't scared, though, because I didn't know what was going on. I said, oh, turn off the lights. Maralta. We went to the Maralta because they were giving free bubble gum. Oh my God, I was so happy. We got bubble gum. We were watching old things with bubble gum, and then we would save it. somewhere in the house. The bubble gum. You know how they used to do it under the thing? Oh, that was a treat, bubble gum. Yeah, we went to the Culver Theater a lot to see. I don't remember what it was, but I remember, this is funny. My friend that doesn't remember anything, I said, do you remember we found boyfriends and we all went to the Culver Theater? She goes, I don't remember. I said, yeah, remember we wanted boyfriends and we got boyfriends and we were making out and I said, ooh, how could I do? I don't think she remembered. She says, I kind of remember, but she didn't. So I was a teenager, I guess. Rose, myself, and Fred, we went to, what was that variety place? Something where there was rides and stuff. Ocean, POP. We walked there with my parents. I believe we walked with my parents, and the parents said, after that, stay here and we'll pick you up. I don't even know the time, what he said. And they weren't there. We couldn't find our parents. So we walked all the way home. I said, how did we get home? I think Fred said he would pick me up because I was little. Sometimes we walked railroad tracks. We followed those railroad tracks and we got home. What else do I remember? Oh, spiders. I was scared of spiders. So my sisters would go dancing and I would stay in that room and there was always a spider around. I still am like, and I said, oh, a spider. And somebody told me, you know what? If you turn the radio really loud, the spiders get scared. BS. I turned it, it was on. I was reading or doing something, sitting there, because they used to leave, I was alone. And they used to leave, I can't believe it. And I turned up the radio very loud, and I go, it didn't work. It did not work. They just spiders. There must have been a lot. When we went to the market, because we never had ice cream. Never. Because we didn't have a refrigerator. We just had the block of ice. So we went to a grocery store, and he got ice cream, and he put it in his back pocket. And we went out, because we never had any of that stuff. We only had one Christmas tree 1 year, and we only had one tree in my whole life. One tree, no birthdays. We didn't celebrate birthdays until I was 16, no birthdays there. Then one time inside the house, I'll never forget this, inside the house they had a drawer, and my sister Molly says, or Rosie, she said, don't open it, there's a mouse in there. I said, oh my God, I got so scared. And that's all I remember is one dog and chickens. I saw some chickens there, Somebody took our chickens, and I said, when I die, I'm gonna ask who took our chickens. I said that. I said, when I die, somebody took them. First, St. Monica's for 1 year. So then I wanted to go to public schools. I wanted to see what it was like. And I told my friend, I said, why don't you ask your mom if we could go to high school? We went to Venice High. Her mother said yes. I was surprised. So me and her went because we wanted boyfriends. So we had boyfriends in 10th grade, but then her mother said she's not doing well. She's going back to St. Monica's. So I had to stay there alone. I mean, not alone, but not the same, So that's what, we had boyfriends. Well, the other school, I remember St. Monica's, they had separated them. But after that, the boys and girls were all together. But the first year, 9th grade, they were separated. There was a fence. You could see them, but you couldn't. But now they're all together, I left the camp. I was in 8th grade, I think, going to 8th grade. And because they closed it up, everybody had to move. Everybody moved, and we were the last ones to leave. So we were at the camp. It was scary because it was, by ourselves.